All right, all right, all right. So this is long sum, short sum, everybody. This is what time is it? Well, what day is it? It is April 11th, Monday morning, 9 a.m. The market's just open. So let's go ahead and take a look at them because over the weekend it's been pretty ugly as expected, and we'll talk about that. I've been waiting for this to go. Had some people in the comments going some trolling that my TA is trash and this market is never going down. And so we'll just kind of take a look at that and let my charts speak for themselves as they have over the last 2 years now. So we got Bitcoin sitting at number one at $41,181, down 11% in the last 7 days. Ethereum at 3,056, down 13% over the last 7 days. BNB right above 400 at 404, down 9.9% over the last 7 days. And the number four spot is XRP at 71,2393, down 15.5% over the last 7 days. And Solana in the fifth spot after breaking $100. It fired up and then came right back down to 103.32, down 24.4%. The number six Luna would try to break 100 as well, down to 87.11, down 22.8%. Cardano under a dollar again at 95.4, down 20%. Avalanche AVAX at 76.32, down 21% over the last 7 days. DOT 17.9, down 22.8% over the last 7 days. But then you got Doge, pretty much even across the board, down 3% over the last 7 days, down 8% over the last 24 hours. However, sitting at 14 cents, pretty much flat. So that's what we're looking at, long sum, short sum. I wanted to read that to you. I want you to see dumpage across the board. It is no different than what we have expected consistently on this channel. I've been on my own across the board talking about down movement. And I guess we're going to watch it play out today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into ZXRP. As you can actually see here, this is a chart from earlier. I have let this chart play out. This is exactly from Thursday, 100% from Thursday. Okay, and I'm not going to go through, I don't have time to replay what I did before. If you want to watch Thursdays, long sum, short sum, it's all in the playlist. And I'll show that. Maybe I'll do a little clip and a link to the previous one. However, this is where it's played out. This is what we've seen as expected. I even the 5% down to the S2, I thought we'd come down to went a little lower than expected. You see this? I'll show you the arrow. I thought we'd come down to the S2. We're actually sitting right under the S2. We came all the way back down to test super support at 70.2 cents. I actually got it at 72 cents. So right now my long is 72 cents, which is right above this S2 here. And right at that S1 here, the break of the 404 at the 0.326, guys, which is my fibs here. So if we zoom all the way out on ZXRP, you can kind of see that we are all actually still in this up move here. So we have not broken a new low, and this is for the line, so don't worry about it. I know that looks chaotic right now. Okay, super chaotic. We have not made a new low. Okay, so we're down here back testing this area right here. This is what all the charts and all that. I'll just make you look nice and simple. Nice and simple here at a clean chart. Here are your pivots. We're under the S1, S2 of last week, under the S1 of this week, but it's only Monday, and back testing kind of the last test of the area back in March. So I want you to see this real quick. We got a low back here in January, okay? And then we have a low in February. Then we have a low. Well, this is not a low, another high. I'm sorry, another high in February, a lower high in February. Now we're working our way up to the middle of April, April 11th, and we're hoping to make this another higher low. What we're looking at is we do not want to break through 63 cents. I don't see us coming down to this S3. Now, I did talk about a flash crash on Friday, and that's what got me, or on Thursday, that's what got me a lot of crap that no way this is going to crash, no way it's going to happen, no way it's going to continue to go. But I have still been in correction mode for about, I don't know, 5 weeks now, just waiting. Yeah, 4 weeks. So just waiting for this all to play out. ABC into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that last little leg here before we work our way up. Our RSI, guys, on XRP is also super oversold on the 4-hour. We've got a low on the RSI, then a higher low on the RSI, which correlates with we have a low here for XRP, which was sitting at 75.6 when we had this low on the RSI. Then we got a higher push on the RSI bottoming with a lower low. So there's some divergence here on the XRP chart directly. Now, I know there's a lot going on. People are like, I don't care about charting, and this is just keeping you up to see for those people who are doing longs and shorts. Right now, for me, this is a wonderful spot to start to take a chance at some longs. Really tight stop loss, but when we're oversold this much in a market, you see we've just kept going down. There has not been a serious bounce yet. I know we did have the 78 to 85 bounce, which was nice over a week. And I could possibly expect something like that now that we've had some ugly movement on Sunday night into Monday morning, along with equities. Maybe we get a little bounce back. So that's what I'm looking at XRP right now. I'd say we're in a good place to take a chance on a long. Keep it a nice top stop. I would say you want your stop to be 67 and a half. Is where I would make my stop loss here. If you're getting in at 71 cents, that's a good place, low margin, a good place to be. So let's take a step over and go on to ETH. Okay, so this is no different than what I had ETH chart. You can see here we spoke about. Let me go ahead and give you, I think you guys can see that's long enough. We gave you a nice little target area to say this is rejection, and this was last week that I said look for a rejection and come back down to test this area around 3,000, 3,100 to 3,000, exactly what I said. I'm gonna have to go back and play those clips. It actually broke lower than what I thought it would go, and I'm not surprised because people start to sell. You got liquidity, and you got some what's called liquidation wicks, where people who are doing longs and shorts. So here we go. Let's just zoom in here a little bit more, get a good idea of what's happening now that we saw that. So we have our VPVR, which is this right here at 30,000. You see that, or 3,000, and you see that wick right here. Wick, right? That wick came into this VPVR right here. So now we're holding, but you can see it's trying to push down more. You got the equities just open at 830, and I'm sure they're going to try to push down a little bit more, but don't have the volume on this chart. But volume is slowly starting to come in. It's not a lot, so I'm not excited about it yet. We haven't got a big reversal candle, just a lot of sell bars going in. So I'm sure on a retrace that we should get coming, we should see some more sells, but it's still pushing down consistently. There's a lot of downward risk off assets. And that's what we're seeing right now. Again, guys, this is a long game as far as hodling is concerned. Do not try to hodl and swing trade these because it's hard to get in and out as far as liquidity in the market is concerned, and not just fees. That's why if you're going to take a chance on longing and shorting, that's where we are. Right now, the short was resistance, was right here. If you chose to short, was in this area here, specifically on the back test, down to here. Now, if I want to see how much more I believe this has to go, all I got to do is take my dandy. Let's see. All right. High to low. Sure, spread it out. That's actually a really good spot for support. The 3.414. You guys know I say 414s is a good turnaround. 2 is normally an immediate turnaround, but what you saw with this one was the bounce, right? Bounce, and then another rejection. See that rejection come down, took another shot at 32.9, 3,300, and rejected in a 1, 2, 3 pattern, which looks pretty even. It looks like an ABC there on the 1 hour. So again, I'm getting really confident that we're looking for a bottom here. The move has come all the way down, and we are now trying to hold this VPVR, the visible range, right here. So you can see that faded buys and sells there, the strong area. So that wick bought up that liquidity, and now we're trying to sit here on the hourly. When you pull back to the 4 hour, guys, it's not as scary. You see some clarity in this. Are we going to get a 4 hour, or are we just going to say, there we go? Okay. Oh, you're going to load. I got so many charts up right now. When I go live, and I've got like 30 million charts to do all this and running here and running there. So it goes slow sometimes, but you can see the wick here on the 4 hour trying to hold this spot, looking for a close on the 4 hour, which is an hour and a half from now, above 3,050. Okay, that's what we want to see in Ethereum. Again, I've had this spot highlighted. I'm comfortable with this building spot here. A strong area, all this area, but I would like to see this hold, to be honest, because look, see this top, come back, test. I do not want to see this begin to come down and test the lower lows of 2,800 down to this. I do not want to see that because that would make me not as bullish. And quite honest, I'll be a little nervous because we've come back down. You see this breakout? We've come to test 27. We've come to test. We've come to sort of test this 28.54, but we have not come all the way back down. And to this little area, see that gap? That means there's a good chance this still could dump here. I don't want to see that, but it all depends on Bitcoin, and we'll see. So this is a good chance for a long with the stop loss right under 3,000, like 2,965-ish. That's what I'd say. But then you got real support at 29.40. So be careful in this area. Again, it is a good long spot, but 4 or 5. If it starts to go sideways here for a while, not breaking 3,100, but bouncing back and forth and then the RSI begins to go higher and higher and higher in that process. When you're looking at that, there's a good chance the RSI is going higher and higher and higher as Ethereum specifically begins to range in this section, guys. Be very careful. Don't watch your longs, cut your longs. If the RSI starts to push higher in this ranges, that means it's getting weaker and making momentum for another dump to come test right here, 2,600. And if that is true, that's where we'll see a 3,700 Bitcoin, a $37,000 Bitcoin, and a 65-cent XRP. So we're looking for that to hold right here. That is our goal. Okay, so for now, long some, short some call. This is a long at this point with a really tight stop loss. But in reality, if we come to this level right here, 2,600, say 2,650, that's key. Like if you get to 2,650, that's a big long. Big long, do it. I'm with you there. So if you want to set your long for that 26 and then get out as a stop loss right under that, at like, give yourself a 50 to 100 movement range, you're good there. So I'd like for this to hold. Why? Because we're also at a 50. See that? So we really want this area to hold. If this rejects, we're looking to come down to that 26 area. And 99% of the time when we reject off the 0.5, we're going to make a lower low, which means under. I'm just giving you targets, guys. Under this 2,200 down to the back test of 2,000. So this is what we're looking at. If this does not hold there, yes, if this is some serious stuff, guys, and I'm being dead serious. Okay, so please listen to what I am saying, because I have stated and talked about and spoke about consistently the correction here, and a lot of people aren't listening, but hopefully the people on this channel are listening, which is nice. So again, if this rejects, I'm going to show you. This is what we're looking at. 35% down to this point, all the way down to $2,000. Okay, a little under 2,000, which screams massive liquidation, which is the crash that I could be looking for. However, I'm not seeing that across the board. Okay, I'm not. I'm seeing a lot of places like here's stop, here's stop, here's stop, here's stop. So please listen to what I say. Great place for long. Just be careful, because this is on the table still. It is not done. It is not done. Not yet. Not yet. So again, long sum, short sum. The call here is long, tight stop loss. You don't have to short it yet, because I'm not about shorting things that are oversold. All right. So that's the call there. You can see it here. I talked about with Ethereum. This is the same chart we saw last Thursday. See this playing out? And look, this is my call. I said it could come down to right there, and we're not quite there. And again, our parabola, here's our daily parabola, stops at 2,600. Same thing I just said, right? 2,600, that's the parabola as it continues to go higher, with 2,800 sitting right there all the way down below where we are right now. So again, same thing I spoke about. So be very, very careful, guys. That red volume candle, that's a major sell-off candle there. So be careful, please. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin. Still waiting on Bitcoin, possibly here. This is the same thing I looked at last Thursday. This was the chart as worst case scenario, coming down to 3,800, which would bring everything down. I'm going to take that off now, because we broke out of the parabola. This is a daily parabola here, so you guys can see. daily parabola. We had a bull flag, which I believe was a false signal because of the parabola coming up. Okay. So I told you guys whenever it breaks the parabola, we are looking for down movement. Look, broke the parabola clearly. Clear break. This is not a clear break. This is down and right back in it. Okay. This here is a clear break out of it, continuing to grind to the side and then break down, testing that fake bull flag. I shorted. You want to hear something funny? I made like a 500% trade, but it was, I put $1. I'm not kidding. When I was hiking this weekend, I put $1, shorted $1, turned it into 5. Because I wanted to just test that short. I was hiking in big thickets, so I couldn't really short. I don't try to play the markets in the weekends anymore. Weekends to me, guys, are now off limits. And you'll see why. Maybe I need to do a weekend shot to show you guys what exactly happens on the weekends. Every single weekend it plays out, and it's a liquidity and liquidation moment for the market makers that like 50% of crypto falls for every weekend. So we are right here on the S2 right now for Bitcoin, and we are trying to hold, which is amazing. Great spot again. See, everything is coming to this support area. I'm gonna zoom in some more for you. Okay, this is not a weekly, this is a daily. So this 4 hour, we like to close above 41,000. We need to close. But as you see this moving down, it looks like it wants to test the 4,000, which is not a pretty thing for anybody who is trying to get it along right now. But if you wait, there could be a better opportunity. But you don't know yet until it plays out. So again, I'm already in a long. I'm already there, and I'm letting it play out. If you're trying to get into one, wait for a back test of the wick. But here, if this breaks, S2, this is support. Again, long support, short resistance. We're sitting on S2 support right now on the daily. But again, this is the weekly right here. Brand new as of yesterday. So if anything happens, this is the support line that I expect to be the monster. 40,200. Okay? 40,300 would be the best spot. And that's what I would be expecting. Now, we did have 40,708 hold. We don't have to touch, but we can see this could come back down and play because, again, I am not sure this is done yet. All right, long to the last coin, Litecoin, which we've been looking at. Same thing. Trying to break below 104. I talked about this a while ago. I said we can get a touch down here, that this would be a great place to long. 103 to 104 specifically is what I said on Thursday. You gonna chill out here, my VPVR? There we go. Okay. Specifically on Thursday, and this is what I said. Let me zoom in for you real quick so you can see this transition. Okay. This is the parabola, guys, that I spoke about. I do it all every single day. Is the what? The same exact thing. I always talk about the parabola, right? And the daily parabola and how this is going to play itself out. And looking for that. You can actually see how it swings. I'm going to play. You see this? See how it swings all the way up? So this is our trend on Litecoin, right? So that's why I was looking at this area, and I even said, man, I need to go back and play this for you guys on Thursday, okay? On Thursday that I was expecting, and that was here last week, said, man, it could just grind to the side and dump. Right? Grind to the side until it runs in the parabola and then dump. But I was not excited about that. I didn't want that. I didn't want to see that whatsoever because that would have made me really bearish. But I said the best thing would feel like over the weekend it just dumped right down to its spot. And you can actually see it dump right down to one of my lines right there that I was trying to watch. Let me go out to the weekly and see what that says. So you can't even, that's not even there now. What is that line? Oh, I know what it is. It's my impulse. Okay. So let's go back to the hour. Let's go auto. All right. So now that we've seen that, let's go ahead and take this off. Boom. And there's your parabola. Okay. It came all the way down. It literally broke all the way down. Also, you see my full fib measuring the down move here. There's the down move. The short what is there. I talked about it last week. I just didn't want to short while I was over the weekend. I was on the road. Okay, and it worked its way down in 5 waves. Look, this thing takes time. 6 days from that point to get down to where I thought it would be, the 4.236, right next to that parabola. Okay, and now bounce, and now it's ready, I think, to fire off in the other direction because it's support. But again, We're watching Bitcoin. I'm showing you consistently across the board, guys. Let me do this. Transition for you real quick. I'm showing you guys across the board in all of Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, and now Litecoin that everything is falling down to support, but it doesn't mean it's safe, okay? Markets are crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on in equities, and that affects it. The NASDAQ, the Dow, so forth. I don't have time to do the Dow right now. I want to stop right there for long sum, short sum, because it's already 9:25. So we'll call that the show here. Remember, make sure you guys, if you have any other questions, write in the comments, and I will do my best to get you a chart on here. I know Ilya came in last week, asked about World and some other things. Don't be afraid to come in at the beginning. So if you get here at 9, I can try to check something for you on the spot. But Litecoin, I'm really watching because this is a tasty one, and this is a great spot. As you can see, it's reacted off of the parabolas. Boom. Each time, a little bounce. So we should see something here, some sideways, and maybe a back test, at least to 107. I would like to see a 113 back test for sure. That's what we're looking at there. So for the most part, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Do the social media thing. You know what it is, man. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let me know below what you think. Long sum, short sum, or what are you doing in the market? What do you think? This is where we are. This is what I'm seeing. And with all the positive news we had in the crypto market, it makes sense to dump it. That's just kind of how it works. So this is where we are. This is long sum, short sum, guys. Thanks so much. And that is the end of, you know what I love about this part? I can just go boom, 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 boom. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm going to hit it now. Later.